Hey, it's Kathy here, a local barker, and I'm here with my OG crew. Yes, my dog Ollie and Layla, my very first clients. It's just a nice today with these awesome guys. So today ended up being a pretty light day for me. I only have a few walks. That ended up being a good thing because I almost had to cancel. I've never had to do that before. I've never canceled a walk. Knock on wood. Let's knock on wood here. Knock on wood. Hopefully I never do. But I spent last night in the ER with my daughter. Now don't panic. She's okay. She just has a throat infection. She's good. She just had a super high fever yesterday afternoon into the evening. So I brought her in to Emerge where we continued to, do the thing that you do best in Emerge and wait all night for a 2-minute consultation with the doctor and some antibiotics or whatever. But anyways, that's besides the point. She's all good. She's getting antibiotics, and I'm fortunate enough to have my parents close by that can watch her while I walk these guys. However, I was very close to canceling yesterday because she was not well, and I would not have left her with anybody if she was the way she was yesterday, which was like just sleeping all day and not doing anything, which is totally unlike her. So, but this morning, not at the hospital, I could tell that she was okay. She was coming around, and she wasn't she was sleeping because it was the middle of the night. We were there all night, but she was talking and everything like that. So I was fairly confident last night at the hospital that she would be okay if I had my parents watch her for just a couple of hours this morning while I do my walks. So also it's gonna be hot. It's already hot, so I prefer to start early anyways. So I almost had to cancel. So what would I have done if I had to cancel? And honestly, I know my clients. I only had 3 clients today, and I know they would all be okay with it. I can't say that 100%, but I'm fairly confident that no one would have any problem if I canceled because I had a sick kid, right? So if I had to cancel, I would have done it as early as possible, like yesterday afternoon, pretty much when I saw that my daughter was not feeling well, but I didn't because I honestly thought she was just sleeping because she wasn't feeling well. Well, then a little while later, I took her temperature and it was like 104, and I was like, "Ooh, that's a high one." So that's why I brought her into the hospital. But even on the way into the hospital, she was perking up and was talking. But then again, I didn't know if it was the Tylenol I just gave her or whatever. But I decided to not cancel then because she looked like she was okay, to be honest. And some horses have been through here. We share this track with horses, which is fine, this trail. They do cause a lot of damage. At least it wasn't wet out, so these hoof grooves should just get filled back in by us walking on it. But it's always fun when they come out right after a rain and have these big, huge grooves in the trail for like the rest of the season. But anyways, I digress. I'm not here to complain about horses. And I don't care. Obviously I care a little bit, but we share it. It is what it is. I'm grateful to have this trail to walk on with these dogs. So anyways, I digress. Back to my story. I was to cancel today. I would just give as much notice as possible, which would have been in the afternoon. I wouldn't have waited to make the decision like I did last night. I kind of waited not too long because honestly I would have canceled in the middle of the night if I had to. If I thought she was bad off, is that a thing? If I thought she was more sick than she actually was, then I would have canceled in the middle of the night. But out of courtesy for my clients, you just pretty much have to make a decision, especially when it's like out of your control. Like it's not me that had an appointment or anything like that. It was just like something that came up. Give as much notice as possible. And I would have given a reason why. My kid is sick. I'm in Emerge. I won't be able to walk tomorrow. That's all I would have said. And I guess you run the risk of losing clients if you cancel. But under extenuating circumstances, I find that most people are understanding and supportive. I suppose if you did it all the time and you canceled like on a regular basis, then yeah, they'd probably get pretty sick of it and drop you as a dog walker. But canceling once in a blue moon with a legitimate excuse, or not excuse, with a legitimate reason, I find that most clients are understanding. So there you go. That's my little story about how I almost canceled and what I would do if I actually had to cancel, like on pretty short notice, like the day before. I've given notice. I had to cancel a walk for next Friday, but I gave like 2 weeks notice when I realized that I had a conflicting schedule. And they're like, okay, cool, well, I'll look into see what other day of that week we can walk her, right? So like I find most clients are understanding, especially when you're willing to work with them and either reschedule or give them lots of notice. I prefer to not cancel on short notice. I just think that's bad practice and, you know, a little bit unprofessional. But as I said, with extenuating circumstances like a sick kid or a sick pet or, you know, something that you can't control, I find that most people are understanding as long as you don't do it repeatedly, right? To be responsible. This is a business. You want to keep your clients so you can have more business, right? So anyways, that's my story. It was a lovely spent sleeping in a stretcher with my daughter. But you know, could be worse. She's okay. And she was good this morning. So all was well on that front, and I can still do my walks, fortunately, because I have awesome parents that are watching my daughter for me. So if you like this video and found it at least a little bit useful, or I don't know, if you like dogs, please give it a like and subscribe. And thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.